Hello, greetings. I'm sitting here. My name's Justin Groen. I'm the VP Sales at Enomaly. I'm sitting here with our CTO and founder, Reuven Cohen. And we thought we'd take the opportunity to do a series of podcasts about a very popular question that we're asked on a continual basis by our prospects, our customers, and which really ties into the reason why we built this company, which is, how do you make money off the cloud? And so we thought we'd take the time to give you some ideas about how we see the opportunities to monetize a cloud service offering. So we're going to keep this short today. We're going to keep these between 3 to 5 minutes in length. This is our first inaugural podcast, and we will be following up with a series of additional podcasts to go into a little bit more details on this very topic. So we'll start with a series of questions. The first one being, how do you build a cloud service? And I'll put that to Reuven to give some insight.
Well, I think the question is, how do you build a profitable cloud service, Justin? And I think that a lot of people are now just jumping into the market without really putting a full sort of revenue model and business model in place that says, how do you create a sustainable environment that allows you to make money? And right now, that question is really difficult to answer in the sense that there are a lot of different approaches. You know, there's a few very large players out there, the sort of Amazons, the Googles, the Salesforces, who really compete based on sort of the economies of scale that maybe a smaller hosting provider or data center really can't really achieve. So the question is, how do the smaller guys compete against the bigger guys?
Okay.
And how do you create an environment that allows you to make money and differentiate your product offerings?
So what are some of these revenue models or business models that you've thought of or you've come across?
Well, there are two approaches that seem to be popular right now. There's sort of the pure utility play. The idea of sort of Amazon EC2 and Amazon Web Services is a pretty good example of it, in the sense that they've created this approach that really looks a lot like a traditional utility.
Mm-hmm.
You're billed on a sort of per usage basis, but there are negatives to that approach. You sort of at the end of the month are surprised to have this very large bill.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of insights into how much you're spending in a run of a month. So you have this elastic environment that says I can use capacity if and when I need it, but I don't really know how much I'm going to spend. Another approach in the infrastructure as a service space that seems to be gaining a lot of popularity is the idea of a quota. Mm-hmm. And that's the idea of basically taking a kind of, for lack of a better term, a kind of credit approach. You're given a kind of allotment of capacity in the cloud. This could be storage, this could be CPU, this could be a variety of sort of infrastructure-based components that say you've got this allotment of space, and if you go beyond that allotment, you may be charged extra, similar to maybe an overdraft.
Okay. Now, for a service provider who's looking to build a cloud service offering, are they seeing, with respect to the Amazons being out there, are they seeing a lot of competition and threat from an Amazon?
I think they're seeing a lot of revenue leakage, which is, I think, something we'll definitely want to discuss in much more detail in one of the upcoming podcasts. But in terms of just a sort of high level, the idea of revenue leakage is a lot of the hosting providers out there are seeing their customers using Amazon or Google or Microsoft or others in place of their internal resources at the hosting company. So in effect, what a lot of hosting companies are saying is, I want to recoup this lost revenue opportunity by providing kind of an in-house cloud.
Mm-hmm. Now, isn't it a bit, wouldn't it be intimidating if you're a hosting provider and you're looking to build a service offering like this? You want to stop this leakage to Amazon, but Amazon is considered such a large player in the industry. So as an independent hosting provider, how would you create your service offering either to compete against Amazon or possibly even to differentiate yourself so that you can have something that is unique and still stand up a service that can generate revenues for yourself?
Well, I'd say it's all about the application. So infrastructure is sort of just the basic building blocks, and really it's about solving the problems for your customers. So the higher the stack you go, the more value there is. So differentiation is about providing the applications that solve problems for your customer.
Okay, very good. Do you have any further examples on that, or is that?
Well, we have a new partnership with Gemini, which is a good example. They provide a sort of recovery or continuity as a service, which provides the ability to sort of have a hybrid environment that says you can have your sort of steady state servers, whether inside your own data center or in a hosting environment, and have sort of a continuity between the two that allows for, if the worst case scenario happens, you can fail over to the cloud in a secure and efficient manner.
Now, I guess lastly, are there any, as far as the technology goes, are there any decisions that need to be made and ramifications according to those decisions that you're making with respect to launching or building a cloud service offering?
I'd say the biggest consideration is the cost model, because at the end of the day, it's about how much the infrastructure costs you, and in turn how much you can charge, and what your margin is on that. So making sure that you have an effective way to make money without sort of cannibalizing all your margin in the process.
Okay, very good. So for now, that wraps up the first of our series. Going forward, we're going to touch on each of these points in a little bit more detail, give you a little bit more thoughts of where we're coming from, and also what we're hearing on a continual basis from our prospects, from our clients, and which we've been hearing for over the last 5 years as we've built this company from the ground up. So thanks for your time. We appreciate it, and we encourage you to go to our website to learn more about what we're trying to do with ECP, with Enomaly, and also to come back to preview the remainder of the series of podcasts on how do you make money on offering a cloud service. Thank you.